Okay, my last coming out video, like, I was just rambling on and on, okay, and forgot everything, so I'm gonna make a new coming out video. Okay, I really never came out. One night I got in trouble, so my mom took my phone, and I had a lock on my phone. Only my older sister knew it, and coincidentally, my sister was sleeping up with my mom at the moment, because she was pregnant. She knew my code, and she went through my phone, and I was logged in on my Facebook. They were going through my messages, and I was talking to a guy because he was helping me through the situation. Because my mom said if I ever found out her kids weren't straight, she'd kick them out. So I was talking to this guy. He was really nice and helping me and all that stuff. Well, let me situate. Well, one night, my friend Molly, her boyfriend ran away because I still don't know why. But he ran away for some reason, and she was upset and scared. So she was walking, and she was crying, and she walked down my road, and she texted me. She's like, "Hey, can I come over your house?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Like, what's wrong?" And then she's like, then she was outside, because she was walking down my room at the moment. She's like, "Come outside." So I went outside, and she was kind of like, "Just come inside. I'll sit in my room and stuff." And not long after, it was like at 9 o'clock or something at night. Not too late, so. When she was over, that's when my mom and older sister came in my room, and that's when they asked me, it's like, well, my mom told me, you shouldn't be telling people you're bi, you shouldn't be lying to people. I'm like, it took me a while, she's all like, Mom? She's like, what? I'm like, I am. She's like, no, you're not, you're just confused. I'm like, no, Mom, I am. I just still don't think she accepts it, and I've been out for almost 2 years now. But my older sister just looked at me, she's like, I knew it. I always knew it. I was like, how did you even know? She's like, I had a vibe. It's like, oh, okay. She's like, don't tell Dad though. He doesn't need to know. He'll probably flip out on me. One time, me and him were having a discussion, and like a couple months afterwards, I went with him somewhere. I don't remember, but I went with him somewhere, and he started talking about how, like, when you love someone, it's cute and all that crap. I was like, what if a girl loves another girl? He's like, well, if that girl loves another girl, then you can't change how you feel. I was like, well, Dad, can I tell you something? He was like, you can tell me anything. I was like, well, Dad, what would you say if I told you I like both genders? It's like, what do you mean? It's like, I'm bi. He's like, oh, I don't have a problem with that as long as you're happy. He's like, have you ever done anything with a girl? I was like, do you really want me to answer that? He's like, yes, I do. I was like, yes, Dad, I have. He's like, so you know for a fact? I'm like, yes, I know for a fact. And not too long ago, he came into my room. Actually, when I first dated a girl, like, my mom knew it, she made this big fuss, and she said she'd rather me smoke and do drugs than date a girl. It's like, really, Mom, did you really just say that? She's trying to make me break up and all that. I was like, no, Mom, I really like her. I'm not breaking up with her. And she finally gave up that day. And my dad, not too long ago, like I was saying, came into my room one day. And he's like, when are you going to tell me you're bi and all that crap? He's like, Dad, you already knew. He's like, no, you told me you're a lesbian. I'm like, Dad, I told you I was bi. He's like, no, you're not. I'm like, Dad, I already told you that a while back. He's like, you're not bi. And I told my mom I was straight one day so I can finally spend the night with a girl because she refuses to let me spend the night with girls. Guys, heck, go for it. But girls, she seriously will not let me. So I told her I was straight so I can finally spend the night with one of my friends. And she just walked up to me, gave me a hug. She's like, yes, finally, you came to your senses. I'm like, you serious? But the sad thing is, when I was talking to this guy I liked, when me and him were talking, he found out I was bi because I was out at that moment. Everyone knew it. I told my best friend and she blabbed her mouth. To one person, that person, to the next. You know how that goes. But, yeah, it's... Freshman year for me was hell. First, on top of all that, I'm supposedly the little emo kid. Yay! It's freshman year. Not only did I have to deal with the whole people knowing them by, I would walk down the hallway people just start doing this to me. He's like, cut her. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And some people do that, other ones will be like, look at that girl, she likes girls. Then the guy I was talking to at the moment, like I was saying, he knew I was bi because it was all around by that time. And he told me, I was a sophomore at the moment when me and him talked for the second time. We talked freshman year, but don't worry. Sophomore year we started talking, my sophomore year. He was a junior. But when me and him were talking, he had the guts to tell me, like, being bi was a sin. He said, it says it in the Bible that I'm just confused, that I'm mentally, like, messed up or something. I was like, wow. That was just lovely. Before that whole ordeal, me and him were still talking. Me and him aren't talking anymore, by the way. We haven't talked for a while now. But, yeah. When we were talking, he told me how he hated, like, he's a big homophobe. Giant freaking homophobe. He was fine with me. Fine with the whole thing about me being bi and crap. But one day, I was going to my car and he was going to his, and his parked right behind mine. He walks me to my car. And he was giving me a hug and kiss and all that crap. Like how boyfriend, girlfriend does that crap. But we weren't dating. But it's like we were, but we weren't. But he told me, like not after long, we had our big discussions again, like always. He told me if he had a chance, he'd burn all the gays, lesbians, bis, and that I would be on top of all this crap. It's like, did you seriously just say that you would kill me? He's like, if I had the chance, I'd kill all the non-straight people. He's like, giant freaking homophobe. Giant. It sucks. But last year, I got a gay best friend. And having just someone that can understand being different is hard. As a best friend makes it a bit easier. Because no one ever knew this kid was gay. Because we would always act like a couple and crap. It's because best friends, we do weird stuff. But we'd always hold hands and stuff. No one had the slightest clue he was gay. They always thought we were dating. And so we kept him to think that because he did not want anyone to know. So this came into like a big discussion from my coming out story to just a giant discussion thing. I'm sorry. I'll be surprised if people are still watching this video to this point. But if you are, thank you for like watching the whole thing. You should continue. I'm gonna try and wrap it up, but can't guarantee. Oh look. Well, clearly you can see stuff don't ring. And I have glue in my hair. Can't really see it because it's dark, but still. Today, my friend Ashley, I was fixing my hair, and I never noticed I did this, but I always go like my cheeks like that when I'm fixing my hair. I'm like, and then I started fixing my hair, and then I realized I was doing it. I'm like, oh, I do. Sorry, hiccup. It was super. It was fun. But this came from a coming out story too. I didn't trail much off because the coming out story was for a while. But yeah, my mom still does not accept it. Like if I ever dated a girl, to be honest, I would never tell her because she's not accepting at all still. Well, I don't think she is because but I have a lesbian cousin, which makes it great. She was the first one, and my dad's side lives in Georgia. She's the first one. I was like, how'd you know? She's like, gaydar. I'm like, what? She's like, I'm a lesbian of gaydar. I can tell that you were not straight. I'm like, oh, and I have gaydar, and I'm only half. Because there's this guy walking, and it's like, he's gay. And then out of nowhere, there was another guy came up. They were holding hands, and they kissed and crap. I was like, ha! And it was just like, yeah, I have gaydar. You can tell they weren't like best friends or anything. You can tell they were dating. It's like, and I can tell when someone's like not all the way like how I am, just by how the person walks. I know it's weird enough. I can tell just by how the person walks. I knew my best friend was bi from the way she walked and acted. Like when a girl hugs you and like takes longer times and like like has her arms wrapped on your sides and crap. I don't know how to explain it, but I just know. And with guys, I think it's a little harder for me to figure out if guys are bi, but I can tell if they're gay. I can tell when they're not straight that they're leaning towards the same gender. But holy crap, 10 minutes. I will seriously be surprised. If you're still watching this right now, there's a heart for you. No? Okay. Well, thank you for watching. If you watched the whole video, thank you very much. You should subscribe to my channel. I know. Every video you watch, you get from everyone. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. So I'm gonna be like one of them. You should subscribe to my channel, because I'm gonna try and make a lot of videos. I'm gonna try to do once a week. That might be difficult because I'm back in school, but I'm gonna try. So, bye guys. Heart. Half a heart. Bye.